Panama isn't just about tropical beaches and the famous canal. It's also home to some seriously weird creatures that people swear they've seen. We're talking about cryptids, animals that science says don't exist, but locals insist are real. From a tiny goblin dodging cars in the city to a ghost woman who can grow as tall as a skyscraper, Panama's got it all. And these aren't just old stories your grandma tells you. People are still reporting sightings today, with videos and witnesses to back them up. We're going to dive into 10 of Panama's most infamous cryptids: El Duende, La Tulivieja, the Panama Creature, La Silampa, El Coco, El Cadejo, Huay Chivo, Las Brujas, Mapinguari, and the Chupacabra. Each one has a wild story behind it, and some recent encounters that'll make you wonder what's really out there in Panama's jungles and mountains. So buckle up. We're about to explore a side of Panama that your average tourist guide won't tell you about. In this country, the line between myth and reality isn't as clear as you might think. Our journey begins with the enigmatic Duende, a creature that has captivated imaginations and struck fear into hearts for generations. As we delve into Panama's rich tapestry of mythical beings, the Duende stands out as a figure shrouded in both fascination and trepidation. Deeply rooted in Latin American folklore, the Duende is more than just a tale told to misbehaving children. This diminutive creature, often described as a mischievous spirit or goblin, has been a part of Panama's cultural landscape for centuries. With its origins tracing back to ancient beliefs, the Duende represents the mysterious forces of nature that lurk just beyond our perception. In Panama, the Duende is not merely a figment of imagination, but a being that many claim to have encountered. These sightings have contributed to a complex mythology surrounding the creature, blending traditional beliefs with modern-day experiences. From the lush forests to the bustling cities, stories of Duende encounters continue to captivate and perplex Panamanians and visitors alike. But the Duende's influence extends beyond Panama's borders. In recent years, two intriguing sightings have reignited interest in these elusive beings. On June 26, 2016, a startling video emerged from Panama's coastal strip. The footage shows a bizarre creature darting between cars, its movements quick and unnatural. The entity's small stature, hunched posture, and glowing eyes immediately sparked debate. While some viewers insisted it was a Duende caught on camera, others proposed alternative explanations ranging from extraterrestrial visitors to comparisons with Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. 1 year later, on July 26, 2017, another sighting occurred, this time in Mexico. This incident further fueled the ongoing fascination with Duendes, suggesting that these beings might be more widespread than previously thought. The timing of this sighting, precisely a year after the Panama incident, has led some to speculate about a possible pattern or significance to these appearances. Our exploration of Panamanian cryptids continues with La Tulivieja, also known as La Tepesa, a figure as chilling as she is tragic. This dual-named entity embodies a haunting tale that resonates throughout Latin America, known in Mexico and Colombia as La Llorona. La Tulivieja's legend varies across Panama, but the core remains consistent: a mother who lost or harmed her child, now condemned to eternal mourning. Some versions claim she neglected her children for a baile típico, while others say she drowned her newborn. Regardless, her punishment is to wander eternally, searching for her lost child. Descriptions of La Tulivieja are unsettling. She's said to be short, with extremely long hair, backwards feet, and the ability to leap from treetop to treetop. Some accounts claim her head and feet are turned 180 degrees from her body, and she emits an odor of decay. Chillingly, hearing her cries from afar means she's actually nearby. La Tulivieja's primary targets are unbaptized children, likely a cultural tool to encourage infant baptism. This aspect of the legend reflects the strong Catholic influence in Panamanian society. In 2015, the myth took on new life when travelers claimed to capture video evidence of La Tulivieja in a Panamanian forest. This modern sighting bridges centuries-old folklore with contemporary experiences, much like the Duende sightings of 2016 and 2017. The similarities between La Tulivieja and La Llorona across Latin America suggest a shared cultural narrative, possibly representing multiple spirits with similar tragic backstories. This commonality speaks to shared historical experiences and themes of motherhood, guilt, and divine retribution. Our exploration of Panamanian cryptids takes an unexpected turn with the Panama Creature, also known as the Cerro Azul Monster or Blue Hill Horror. This creature burst into public consciousness in September 2009, sparking a whirlwind of speculation and debate that reached far beyond Panama's borders. The story begins with a group of teenagers, aged 14 to 16, who claim to have encountered a strange creature near a cave in Cerro Azul, Panama. According to their account, they were so frightened by the being that they felt compelled to defend themselves, resulting in the creature's death. They then placed its body in a nearby pool of water. Later, they returned to photograph what was left of the creature, sparking a media frenzy when the images were shared with Telemetro, a Panamanian television station. The photographs revealed a pale, hairless creature with a rubbery body, snub nose, and long arms. As the story spread across the internet, theories about the creature's identity proliferated. Some suggested it was a hairless sloth, while others proposed more exotic explanations, including an alien species or an undiscovered animal. The incident drew parallels to the famous Montauk monster case from 2008, further fueling public fascination. Local reaction was intense, with reports of fear and confusion sweeping through the town of Cerro Azul. 4 days after the encounter, authorities recovered the creature's remains. A biopsy performed by the National Environmental Authority of Panama, ANAM, concluded that the corpse was that of a male brown-throated sloth, common to the area. Experts explained that underwater decomposition had caused the sloth's unusual appearance, including its hair loss and bloated form. Despite the official explanation, some remain unconvinced, pointing to the creature's unusual pigmentation and features as evidence that it might be something more extraordinary. Whether a case of misidentification or a genuine cryptid encounter, the Panama Creature incident demonstrates how quickly such stories can capture the public imagination, blending elements of mystery, fear, and the unknown into a compelling modern folklore. Our journey through Panama's cryptid lore takes us to the misty forests and mountains, where La Silampa, the mother of the night, is said to roam. This spectral entity is a cornerstone of Panamanian folklore, striking fear into the hearts of those who venture into the wilderness on dark, rainy nights. La Silampa is described as a white, ghostly figure with the terrifying ability to grow to immense heights before vanishing into the darkness. Legend has it that those unfortunate enough to cross her path must quickly seek shelter or risk being captured, leaving nothing but their bones behind. The origins of La Silampa are rooted in a tragic colonial-era love story between a native warrior and a Spanish maiden. Their forbidden romance ended in bloodshed and sorrow, with the grief-stricken maiden transforming into the vengeful spirit now known as La Silampa, forever searching for retribution in the night. A recent alleged encounter with La Silampa occurred in July 2019, deep in the forest near Calobre in the Veraguas province. A group of hikers, unaware of the local legends, found themselves trekking through fog-shrouded woods as night fell. They reported seeing a faint glowing figure in the distance that began to grow, towering above the treetops as it approached. Attempts to capture the apparition on their phones proved futile, cameras wouldn't focus, and screens went black. As the menacing figure drew nearer, the hikers fled in terror, only stopping once they reached the safety of their camp. For our fifth Panamanian cryptid, we encounter El Coco, a figure that transcends national boundaries and haunts the nightmares of children across the Spanish and Portuguese-speaking world. Known by various names such as El Cucuy, Cuco, or Coca, this entity is Panama's version of the universal bogeyman. El Coco's origins are shrouded in mystery, with the earliest known reference dating back to 1518 in Gil Vicente's play, Auto da Barca do Purgatorio. The name itself is thought to derive from words meaning head or skull, evoking a chilling image of a coconut-like visage with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp teeth. In Panamanian folklore, El Coco is described as a shape-shifting monster that preys on misbehaving children. Its appearance varies wildly in different accounts, from a hairy beast to a humanoid alligator, or even a shadowy figure with a pumpkin for a head. What remains consistent is its terrifying nature and its role as a cautionary tale. Legend has it that El Coco dwells in caves in the hills or mountains, using its large, bat-like ear to listen for children's misdeeds. When it hears of misbehavior, it descends from its lair to snatch up the offending child, stuffing them into a sack before whisking them away to be devoured. The legend of El Coco shares similarities with bogeyman tales from around the world. suggesting a universal human need to create cautionary monsters. From Argentina's Hombre del Saco to Korea's Mangtae Halabeoji, these entities serve as a cultural touchstone for instilling values and encouraging obedience in children. On December 24, 2020, in Albuquerque, a chilling encounter with El Coco was reported by several witnesses. According to those present, a shadowy humanoid figure was seen lurking near the outskirts of a neighborhood, its form partially obscured by the dim holiday lights. The figure, described as unnaturally tall with glowing red eyes, moved silently between houses, leaving a trail of unease in its wake. Several residents claimed to have felt an overwhelming sense of dread as they watched the figure disappear into the darkness, solidifying the legend of El Coco as more than just a myth in the minds of those who saw it that night. Our exploration of Panama's cryptids takes us to the legend of El Cadejo, a supernatural canine that has haunted Central American folklore for centuries. This spectral hound, known for its glowing red eyes and the eerie sound of dragging chains, is more than just a Panamanian tale. It's a creature that prowls the nightmares of people across Central and South America. El Cadejo's origins trace back to the colonial era, blending indigenous beliefs with Spanish influences. In Panamanian lore, as in much of Central America, El Cadejo appears in two forms: a benevolent white dog that protects night travelers, and a malevolent black dog that leads people to their doom. The creature's name itself, likely derived from the Spanish word cadena, chain, speaks to its ghostly nature. While El Cadejo is a staple of Panamanian folklore, its influence stretches far beyond, with sightings reported from Mexico to Argentina. Each region adds its own twist to the legend, but the core elements remain: a supernatural dog that walks the line between protector and predator. A particularly chilling encounter brought El Cadejo back into the spotlight in 2016, not in Panama, but in neighboring El Salvador. In the city of Mexicanos, residents reported experiencing nights of terror due to what they believed was El Cadejo stalking their streets. The Spanish-language news show Al Rojo Vivo covered the story, interviewing shaken witnesses. Residents described hearing sounds like horse hooves in the night and unusual howling. A local police officer claimed to have seen a dog the size of a deer with glowing red eyes. One witness, his voice trembling with fear, told reporters, "I recorded it, and I felt those chills. I know that it's the same El Cadejo as my grandfather described." The community, convinced that a malevolent specter was roaming their streets, began praying for divine protection each night. Interestingly, some residents believed El Cadejo was visiting a local practitioner of black magic, adding another layer to the creature's already complex mythology. Our journey through Panama's cryptids takes an unexpected turn with the Huay Chivo, a creature that, while not native to Panama, has been reported throughout Central America and parts of South America. This terrifying entity, whose name translates to sorcerer goat, is a chilling blend of man and beast that has haunted the nightmares of people across the region for generations. The Huay Chivo's origins lie in Yucatec Maya folklore, but its influence has spread far beyond, reaching into the jungles of Belize, Guatemala, and even as far as Panama. Described as a half-man, half-goat creature standing up to 6 feet tall, the Huay Chivo is said to have glowing red eyes, thick black fur, and the power to shapeshift at will. Some accounts describe it with horse or goat legs, the torso of a human, and the head of a goat. Legend has it that the Huay Chivo is actually a brujo or sorcerer who transforms through dark magic rituals. These rituals are said to involve making a circle with black candles, sacrificing a baby goat, drinking its blood, and reciting the Lord's Prayer backwards 9 times. Once transformed, the Huay Chivo roams the night, bringing terror and death to livestock and humans alike. The creature's presence is said to be accompanied by a foul smell and a wave of cold air. Locals warn that staring into its glowing red eyes can cause fever and illness. A common saying in Yucatan cautions, "Wayfarer, beware of walking after midnight where the Huay Chivo roams, for this evil being who hates light and loves darkness can bestow upon you all his evilness." Sightings of the Huay Chivo have persisted into modern times. In 2015, construction workers in Mérida, Yucatan, claimed to have encountered a creature with the legs of a horse and the head of a bull, believed to be the Huay Chivo. Though no concrete evidence was found, the incident sparked a wave of similar reports in nearby towns. Locals claimed that the only way to kill the Huay Chivo is to carve a cross into a bullet and find the head of the brujo, which is said to be left at home during the transformation. More recently, in 2022, a chilling video emerged from the town of Maxcanu, Mexico. Security footage from a private home captured what appeared to be a large goat-like creature prowling outside the house in the dead of night. The video quickly went viral, with many viewers convinced they were seeing the legendary Huay Chivo in action. Our exploration of Panama's cryptids now turns to a figure that has long haunted the country's folklore: Las Brujas, or the witches. These supernatural beings are deeply rooted in Panama's cultural tapestry, blending indigenous, Afro-Panamanian, and Spanish colonial influences. In Panamanian lore, Las Brujas are often depicted as women who have made pacts with malevolent spirits or the devil in exchange for supernatural powers. They are believed to roam the night, seeking out victims, particularly children. Many Panamanians still practice protective rituals, such as using salt or making the sign of the cross to ward off these witches. However, the concept of brujeria in Panama is not solely associated with evil. It also encompasses healing practices, protection rituals, and spiritual guidance, reflecting the complex relationship between indigenous spiritual practices and Catholic influences. This duality has led to a recent movement within Panama and the broader Latin American community to reclaim brujeria as a form of ancestral wisdom and cultural identity. Sightings of Las Brujas continue to captivate Panamanians in the modern era. In February 2021, a chilling video emerged that quickly spread across Panamanian social media. The footage, captured on a desolate road at night, showed a woman behaving in an eerily strange manner. As the vehicle passed by, its occupants can be heard speculating that they might be witnessing Las Brujas in action. The woman's odd behavior in the darkness, combined with the remote setting, fueled beliefs that this was a genuine supernatural encounter. This incident reignited discussions about Las Brujas across Panama, with many sharing their own stories and experiences. Some saw it as evidence of the enduring presence of these supernatural beings, while others viewed it through a more skeptical lens, considering potential explanations rooted in mental health issues or substance abuse. The persistence of such sightings and the viral nature of the 2021 video demonstrate how deeply ingrained the legend of Las Brujas remains in Panamanian culture. It also highlights the tension between traditional beliefs and modern skepticism, as Panamanians grapple with their rich folkloric heritage in an increasingly globalized world. Similar encounters have been reported across Latin America. In July 2022, residents of a neighborhood in Cali, Colombia, claimed to have captured footage of Las Brujas lurking on the roof of a house. These incidents serve to reinforce the shared cultural narratives that connect Panama with its Latin American neighbors, where the figure of the bruja continues to inspire both fear and fascination. Our journey through Panama's cryptids now leads us deep into the heart of the rainforest, where we encounter the enigmatic Mapinguari. While primarily associated with the Amazon, this legendary creature has also found its way into Panamanian folklore, blending seamlessly with the country's rich tapestry of mysterious beings. The Mapinguari, as described in Panamanian accounts, is a formidable beast that roams the dense, humid jungles. Standing at an impressive 6.5 feet tall when upright, it's said to be covered in long, coarse fur ranging from reddish to brown to black. Its appearances of cattle and other animals, adding an economic dimension to the folklore. The origins of the Mapinguari myth are as complex as the creature itself. Some researchers, like Dr. David Oren, former director of research at the Goldie Institute, suggest that the legend might be rooted in ancient encounters with the last surviving giant ground sloths, known as Megatherium. These prehistoric beasts, which went extinct thousands of years ago, share many physical characteristics with the described Mapinguari. However, the persistence of modern sightings challenges this historical explanation. In recent years, there have been numerous reports from deep within Panama's rainforests of encounters with a large, slow-moving, foul-smelling creature that matches the Mapinguari's description. These accounts often come from experienced hunters and forest dwellers, adding credibility to the reports. One particularly chilling encounter occurred in 2018 near the border of Panama and Colombia. A group of botanists on an expedition reported seeing a massive, hair-covered creature moving through the underbrush. They described an overpowering stench and a sense of primal fear that forced them to flee the area. While no physical evidence was collected, the detailed nature of their account and the credibility of the witnesses sparked renewed interest in the Mapinguari legend. As we conclude our journey through Panama's cryptids, we encounter perhaps the most infamous creature in Latin American folklore, the Chupacabra. This blood-sucking beast has left an indelible mark on Panama, particularly in the rugged province of Chiriquí. The year 2007 stands out in Chupacabra lore. Chiriquí, especially the area surrounding Volcan, became the epicenter of a series of chilling incidents. Farmers discovered their sheep dead, bearing telltale puncture wounds on their necks, and mysteriously drained of blood. These attacks persisted for a week, leaving locals terrified and baffled. In one harrowing account, a guard named Frank Delgado claimed to have witnessed the creature. He described it as having a wingspan as wide as his outstretched arms, awkwardly flying across a field where 7 sheep had been killed over a week. The Chupacabra's reign of terror wasn't limited to sheep. Reports from Volcan also involved chickens falling victim to the elusive predator. In one disturbing case, 10 chickens were found dead, each bearing round incisions at the back of their necks, their bodies completely exsanguinated. July 2015 brought a new chapter to the legend, when a night vision camera captured footage of a strange creature in Panama's jungles, possibly in the Bocas del Toro region. This sighting aligned eerily with earlier Chiriquí descriptions, rekindling local fears. The Chupacabra's notoriety has spread beyond Panama. In April 2014, a woman in Radcliffe, Texas, claimed to have captured a Chupacabra, describing it as a creature with a hairless back, large claws, and teeth that matched the traditional image of the Chupacabra. Then in June 2023 brought sightings in Bolivia following mysterious livestock deaths. These incidents, spanning nearly 2 decades, underscore the enduring nature of the Chupacabra legend. As we conclude our exploration of Panama's cryptids, from the mischievous Duende to the blood-sucking Chupacabra, these 10 legendary creatures challenge our understanding of the natural world. The numerous unexplained incidents hint at forces beyond our comprehension. As night falls over Panama's jungles and mountains, we're left with an unsettling truth. These lands harbor secrets that continue to elude us. Have you ever encountered any of these cryptids? Or perhaps you have your own mysterious tale to share. We at DeadNet Studios want to hear from you. Drop your stories in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this journey into Panama's cryptid lore, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to stay updated on our latest investigations into the world's most perplexing mysteries. Now for a sneak peek of next week's episode. Blood-curdling screams pierce the night. Mangled bodies litter the forest floor. Entire families vanish without a trace. This isn't the plot of some B-grade horror flick. This is the reality of the land between the lakes, a 170,000-acre death trap straddling Kentucky and Tennessee. For decades, this seemingly idyllic wilderness has harbored a secret so terrifying, so beyond the pale of what we consider possible, that those who know the truth can scarcely believe it themselves. Forget everything you think you know about the natural world. In the land between the lakes, mankind isn't the apex predator. We're prey, and the creatures hunting us, they're unlike anything science can explain. Welcome to Ground Zero of America's greatest cryptid conspiracy, a place where dogmen stalk the shadows. Bigfoot isn't just a legend, and a beast so savage it's known as the Face Eater roams free. This is the story they don't want you to hear. The story of an ecosystem of nightmares, of government cover-ups, and of a war between monsters that's spilling over into our world.
In the shadows of the digital